What's up, y'all? It's your girl GB Sid. I'm back with another video. As you can see by the title, it is pretty juicy, but it's not gonna be as juicy as y'all may think that it is. I'm just gonna be talking about how I found out, my reaction, things that I felt God was kind of showing me through all this. I truly believe that finding out was a blessing in disguise. I think the time that I found out was also a blessing, because I think if I would have found out, I mean, I don't know how long the girl's been pregnant, but if I would have found out like months ago, I think it probably would have rocked my world a little bit more. But I'm chilling. Like, I found out this morning, y'all, and I decided to do a video. So first things first, thank you for over 100 views on my last video. I was geeked, y'all. I was like, oh my god, like I just was so geeked. Like 100 views, that really had me lit. I just dropped a new song, In Position. Go check it out. And yes, I did announce I am having my own baby. The little baby's on the way. Sid is about to become Mama Sid. I'm super excited. I've wanted to be a mom for the longest. I could have waited, but I will have videos on that in the future, you know, coming up. But right now I just wanted to hurry up, get this video out the way. So I'm going to be starting this pregnancy series where I talk about having a baby out of wedlock and just kind of the things, the lessons and the wisdom that I've even learned simply from the situation that I'm in, and sin has consequences, and all of that will be coming in later videos that I'll be recording today. But for right now, we're going to be talking about finding out that my ex is having a baby. And okay, so let's get right into it. So how I found out. So I was on an old coworker's page. So we all used to work at a rehab center. Keep that in mind. We all used to work at a rehab center. Some of this information I have already told. If you go check out my last video or a couple videos back, I did from side chick to almost wifey. So I will link that so y'all could go ahead and watch it. But yes, so okay, I'm a little out of breath. It's because I'm pregnant and I need to slow down. So I was on a coworker's page, and I had seen her friend list. Didn't click on it, but seen, and it had the girl's name, and I couldn't tell if this was one of the girls or if this was like a different one. So I clicked on it, and then I scroll down and I see some pictures, and in the picture I think that I see my ex in the background. So I'm like, what? So then I go to the next picture, and then there he is holding on to her belly. What I'm assuming is at their baby shower. And you know, of course I hit some of my friends. I'm like, girl, look at this. Like, this is one of the girls that I had suspected that, I think I called him Jaquarius in my last video, so I'm gonna call him Jaquarius. This is one of the girls that I suspected Jaquarius was with, yada yada yada. Like, it's so crazy because I knew it. This is not shocking. I literally seen it coming. So I wasn't distraught. I mean, I was bothered enough to where I messaged my friends about it. And part of that backup is I had an old friend of mine text me, knowing about our history, texting me saying, hey, I have some information about Aquarius, but I don't want to interrupt your peace. I said, girl, don't tell me. I don't care what that man do. I do not care no more. Let it be. But ever since she texted me that, he had been constantly on my mind, because in a sense she didn't really guard my peace. Sorry if you watch this, boo, but because she probably just should say nothing at all. But I did end up texting her, and I said, girl, is this what you wanted to tell me before? And she was like, yes. So I took a minute, I thought about it, you know, whatever. And of course there was this an initial, like I said, being bothered or being like, and it was more not that I wanted to switch positions with her, because again, I'm pregnant myself. It wasn't that I wanted to switch positions with her. It was more that, why her? Like, why didn't you just go get a new lady? Why would you be having a baby with somebody that you was essentially cheating on me with? I mean, I don't even remember. I think I partly told you guys in the he cheated on me with 3 women video. like a week after we broke up, he had been texting 3 women at his job. And one of the women that he was texting was her. And she was kind of curving him. She was curving him at first. But she was one of the girls that I think I messaged, like, girl, like, you're dumb. Like, he just slept with me and he's talking to 2 other girls at the job, yada, yada, yada. And she laughed at it. And so it was interesting to just see that, like, you, like, after she curved you out of your own insecurity and your need for validation, you had to go out your way to try to, like, reel her in. You got her. Now a year later, y'all pregnant. And this, like, it just kind of was like, I think my reaction was wanting to judge her. And then I later on had to realize, in a sense, I am her without having the baby. Because remember, I was his side chick from, so we, I believe, started talking in December 2020. He broke up with his girlfriend April 2021. We got together May of 2021. We were on and off until March 2022. Last time we spoke was in March. So, and now here we are, April 2023, and I have a baby on the way. He has a baby on the way. But it just kind of showed me, like, this girl that I wanted to judge, I really have no room to judge. Because we're a lot alike. And so I knew I knew Jaquarius was coming out of a long-term relationship, and I still got with him. And some red flags should have been, I think I told y'all, like, calling the ex-girlfriend crazy, saying X, Y, and Z, this and this. And I was not the only girl he cheated on, his ex was, right? So he's already showing me he's a liar, he's a cheater, he lacks character. And so then for this girl to turn around and get involved with her, and probably, I don't know how long, but I would assume that it was probably close to after we broke up, whether it was within 3 months, I would probably say. That's just my guess. I don't really know. For them to turn around and get so tapped into, clearly they're going beyond just, I mean, I know you can have sex and get pregnant, but to me, I seen a picture of them on Christmas together, like her sitting on his lap. So to me, that's, you guys are probably either in a relationship or you guys are talking. Like, you're beyond, like, oh, you had a hookup, she got pregnant, and it is what it is. Like, I think they go together. So I found myself not wanting to be back with him. I don't want anything to do with him. I just was like, boy, like, you couldn't be more original. Like, you couldn't be any more original. And then I think there's judgment of, like, girl, you know, he's literally slept with, like, half of the place. Like we could just let the dumbness stop with me. Like, it don't have to keep going. So in my mind, it's like, it's keep going. But what I found, though, was really, it cycles. It's escaping your pain trying to use somebody else. And so he might have a genuine care or like for her, but I think what also helped to not be, like, jealous or bitter was, like, I mean, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want a baby with a man who cheated on both of his previous girlfriends in the past 2 years. Like, I don't want that man. And if he hasn't already started showing abusive characteristics towards her, or started gaslighting, manipulating her, chances are it's on the way if it hasn't happened already. And if he has changed, so be it. He probably hasn't, though, because there's no way that you just jumped into a new relationship like that. But, you know, hopefully he treats her with a lot more respect and care, because she is the mother of his child. We don't condone any, like, I don't have this, oh, I hope their baby doesn't come out cute. You know, I hope he is terrible to her. Like, why would I want that? Like, I just don't even understand why I would want that towards somebody else. I even had a friend try to be like, girl, like, she's probably miserable. And I don't know, that doesn't really bring me any peace or joy, because it's like, yeah, well, they're about to have a baby together. So I actually hope that the baby grows up in a stable, healthy household. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why we want to keep ruining these kids' lives like this. So, What I felt prompted to do though was, after I found out and I talked to some of my friends about it, I had went to a prayer, like I went to our prayer room. And I prayed for an hour and I just went before the Lord and I was like, God, help me to let go of this, because I told y'all I was, for months after my friend originally had told me that she had some news about my ex, I had a suspicion that he probably was having a baby on the way, but I didn't know for sure. I just was like, God, help me to let go of this, because what I realized in prayer was that I really feel like recently the enemy has been attacking my mind through thinking about former things, right? In scripture, let me pull it up right quick. Isaiah 43, 18 through 19. Do not remember the former things, nor consider the things of the old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth, shall you not know it? I will even make a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. And so I felt like the enemy for months had been attacking my mind with these all-consuming thoughts about my ex. Now, I don't want that man, y'all. I do not want that man. I'm not jealous of this girl. I've never been jealous of this girl. I mean, truly, like, I just was constantly, I was thinking about him all the time. I was having dreams about him. Actually, he did reach out to me on Instagram and I just ignored him. He told me to stop talking about him in my videos. LMAO. So I think even him texting, like even him messaging me on IG, and then an old friend of mine saying, hey, I have some information on him. Like, y'all, the enemy really used those small, subtle things to just distract me so hard. Like, y'all, I'm telling you, I had multiple dreams, multiple thoughts about him. And I would sit there and I'd be like, bro, don't nobody want to think about this man. Like, I don't want this man back. I just didn't, like, I was more concerned about the other side pieces that he had. I like didn't care about this girl at all. And so what was crazy to me was just like finding out and stumbling across it felt like a blessing in disguise, because when I went to prayer, I feel like I was able to release. I was able to be like, okay, God, I give this to you. I don't want to be bitter towards anybody involved. Of course, there was the petty side of me that wanted to message him and be like, boy, you is so unoriginal. And he had the audacity to wear a shirt that I bought him to their baby shower. So y'all already know that I wanted to be like, boy, take that shirt off. Like, go to the baby shower again. Why did you wear that shirt? I bought you that shirt. And it didn't even match. But I didn't. Okay, let me not get off focus, right? Because this video is supposed to aim back to Jesus, right? And another big lesson that I took from this was the Holy Spirit had warned me about him. When we would sit about and talk about having kids and wanting to get married, and when I would be alone, I'd be like, I don't want to have that man kids. I do not want to have this man's kids. Like, I just think about what a bullet that I dodged. But yeah, just such a characterless man, an abusive man, a man that used violence to inject fear into women. Like I said, hopefully he's treating his baby mama much better, but you know, like, who knows what people are going through behind closed doors. If she ever stumbles across this video and she's feeling crazy after he gaslights the hell out of her, she's more than welcome to message me. We can talk about it, pray through it. But yes, y'all, I feel really grateful that I stumbled across it. I feel grateful that God kept me. Part of my healing journey in the past year is I've been learning to trust myself again and trust the voice of God. Really not myself, but trust the voice of God, that he loves me and he's looking out for me. And when he closes doors and he stops things from happening, it's not because he wants to withhold from me, but because God knew that certain things would happen, and he knows our hearts, and he knows how actually wicked and evil we truly are on the inside, regardless of how charismatic, nice, funny, easygoing, whatever that we appear to other people. God really knows our hearts. And so I feel really blessed. When I was in prayer, I was rebuking every attack that was sent from hell, that was sent to destroy me, every attack that was sent to rob me, to distract me, send it right back to the pits of hell. Enemy, you cannot have my mind. Satan, this whole thing of you trying to use my ex to boggle me down, it's no longer anymore. I'm moving on. I have a baby on the way. I have music that I'm coming out with. I just have things to do. I have purpose I need to walk in. And I just don't have time. I do not have time to be boggled down with this negative energy. I hope that he is a great parent. I hope that God gives her wisdom on how to raise her kid. But outside of that, I want nothing to do with it. I don't care to ever see the baby. I don't care to stay in touch. None of that, except, like I said, unless she's going through something and she feels like she wants to reach out. Outside of that, I don't want to have nothing to do with that man. I don't care who that man is, what he got going on. Shoot, he got another on the way. I do not care. He go do it with the other side chick. I do not care. I'm just over it. I'm grateful that this chapter is coming to a close. And yes, I just wanted somebody to feel encouraged. If you found out that your ex is having a baby, or your abusive ex is having a baby, just remember, like, you dodged a bullet. And now this man who taunted me and threatened to kill me and dragged me across the floor and left bruises up my body, she about to spend the next 18 years with him. You know, like, that's her man. That's her man. That's her business. She gonna stand beside him. You know, and so let go of judgment, let go of bitterness. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Because I'm blessed. She's blessed with her kid. And yes, that's all I gotta say. Bye, y'all. Watch my next video, and remember, go stream my new music, GB Sid. Bye.
Gotta confirm twice, now I'm gonna be a big boss. All that fight for my soul, devil, you took a big loss. Change forever.